Howdy, folks. It's the gaming department of the Punk House YouTube. Uh, I've got more Project Zomboid. This is episode 8 of Cornell Spear Apocalypse Wanderer. I actually have already recorded the audio on this. I did it last night. And then you crawl into bed and you have those thoughts about what I screwed up or what I was thinking about or whatever. And I made some technical comments that were just stupid. They weren't right. They showed my utter lack of understanding of how items of technology work. So I'm just gonna re-record the whole thing because whatever. I'm just like, this is the comment I made is incoherent, so whatever. I could just cut it out. So yeah, this is Cornell Spears. Today I have to attach the scamper. So in the last one, I had come back to this little 2-story house, and I unloaded a bunch of stuff. And today we're gonna go. I'm kind of indecisive right now. I want to go out to kind of start camping and exploring parts of the wilderness that I've actually never seen. However, we're almost out of gas, and this wouldn't in and of itself be a big issue, but I also haven't read the Generator magazine, and the power's out. For those not in the know, in order to get gas out of a gas station after the power has gone out, you have to hook up a generator to the gas station in order to get it to run. So you kind of need a little bit of gas in order to start getting gas. It's kind of cool in that regard, actually. But I'm kind of like, fuck. Muldrow is not on the list of places that I necessarily want to go. But there's good looting in Muldrow. I actually don't know off the top of my head if there's a bookstore. But there's plenty of spots that you can find the Generator magazine here. So I'm just we're gonna first find it somewhere, and then we'll go camping. So we pull into Muldrow, and we get the welcome wagon right there. The other thing I'm thinking too about the Generator magazine's generation is it comes from houses, mailboxes. There's some stores, bookstores, schools, and then gas stations in the little shelves will also carry it. So I'm cool, we're just gonna go to this gas station. We deal with this big horde. In fact, we get so exhausted with the axes that I sit down and resort to knives. But it was great because there was several of these survivor zombies inside of this horde. So we got several nice bags and some other good equipment off of them. And a lot of mohawks. I like seeing all the mohawks. Yeah, so we just have to make our way through. I mean, we saw the big horde that we had to take out right there, and then there's a couple of stragglers, but it's not too much. We get some sick pants. some inventory management. I'm just really happy too that the trailer is cleared out because there's no room inside of that thing. I get kind of claustrophobic like that. But lo and behold, we walk in and we go straight to the shelves, and how to use generators is right there. It was really kind of a stroke of luck. And I'm just looking for ciggies, no ciggies, and we hit the road. It's just like that, you know? Oh, so I lied. First we refuel. I have several empty gas cans. So I have to siphon off a little fuel in order to get the generator going. And then I refill the car. If anyone's curious, the Keep Resting is from a mod that's, I think, just called the Keep Resting mod. And it tells you when you need to, when you still have, like, energy or whatever, exhaustion that you need to get through. And so at 6:30 we head out, and I'm going to basically the opposite side of the map, and I just kind of figure I'm going to go as far as I really want tonight, and then we'll go to bed and hit the road like tomorrow. So I pull up to this little fruit stand, kind of look it over. There's not much, but there is some canned food in these crates. And we set up the living room, and I read, I think it's fishing. I'm just working on my skill books. We've been cranking through this dog food in the hopes that it'll regulate our weight, and it, like, by itself is not enough to, but like when you pair it with several other foods, I feel like it is an effective weight regulator. So it's nice and late. And we'll sleep. And then the next morning, we'll have a little brekkie of corned beef and peaches. Very delicious. And we hit the road bright and early. So this time there's a little difference between how I'm recording the audio, because I've already rendered out this video, so I actually get to watch the full time-lapse with you guys, instead of having to watch my little splotchy daily style footage that just lets me narrate 2 minutes behind wherever I am. First turn onto this road, and I'm like, this is not the road I need to go on to. I try and make this nice turn around, and I'm like hoping the scamper will hit this zombie, but instead it just, I just knock into the truck, which is not very cool. So I figure I'm going to want to listen to the radio, and if there's the helicopter today, then I want to be able to just hide right here, but we read, and it's going to be a nice warm day, and there's no air activity, so we're fine. So we move out. And we're going to Jamieton first. We're going to hit the Army Surplus store. And I was really, this drive is gorgeous. Like, there were some houses that I really liked. I was like, these are actually kind of close to spots on the map. With a car, this place is very accessible. This church looks really cool. And there's the welcome wagon right there in Jamieton. That beautiful horde. We drive around them. We come up here. The Jamieton Army Surplus store. And this crowd just comes. I mean, it's probably worse than the crowd in Muldrow. I know I was saying, like, Ekron has, like, more zombies than you would expect, but this area also has way more zombies than you would expect. This other gun store that's, like, a little further west from here, it's by, like, a diner, and that area as well is, like, overrun. I've definitely had some characters just die kind of casually in that environment. But it's finally cleared out, and I think the hammer is the thing I'm missing, and it's probably in the trailer. But I don't care that much. We already have a huge amount of ammo, and there's like, I mean, I have ammo set to abundant just because I'm like, you know, whatever, like, fire guns. This game's fun, like, when it's played survival style, but I'm also, like, just okay with the regular loot table. It's, like, not, I don't know, I like parts of the fashion, and, being able to go to points of interest and finding, like, even just, like, regular things. Like, sometimes that doesn't happen on rarer loot spawns. I get kind of bored when I'm, like, going to places, and it's like, you know, you come here and you get, like, a t-shirt. It's like, I just went to the gun store, and all I got is a t-shirt. It's kind of boring. We found a ton of backpacks. I forgot how many backpacks we have. We have so many duffel bags. Like, all this is going to be very useful just for organization. And, like, when we go shooting, we have a couple of duffel bags just full of shotgun shells at the ready for the purposes of reloading. So we loot through these, there's, like, a bakery and a butcher and a little fresh market. It's not a fresh market, like, they sell produce. But in the back, they have a lot of canned goods. More canned goods. I might check out this clothing store, I don't remember. I probably don't. We're pretty tight in terms of space. But I might end up coming back to Jamieton, like on the drive back from the camping excursion. There's like definitely a lot of stuff out here. But again, like, so we're going camping and it's 5:30 and I'm like, we're a little late. Let's get out to where we're going. And silly me thought I could take a station wagon with a scamper down this dirt road, and I was fairly mistaken. Anywhere where the path got thin, I had a very hard time getting up this road. The wheels were bouncing like crazy. I'm guessing here that this is like that the vehicle acceleration is tied to the FPS, which is why we're able to get a little bit more acceleration when I'm like zoomed in all the way. and then when I zoom out, I have a hard time like getting traction and moving along. Um, so I don't. That's just a guess, but I imagine there's somebody out there who actually knows this. Um, so these trees end up getting in the way. We chop them down. We take the logs. We have some stuff for us now. This time lapse is like so much better than it was actually like doing it in real time. It was such slow like movement along this entire thing. And honestly, I have not checked the engine like once on the station wagon since we acquired it in episode 2. I just saw episode 2 drop on YouTube, and honestly it was really good. There's some editing issues with the voiceover, but you know, you learn and you learn. It's Punk House YouTube. It's not professional, young urban professional house YouTube. But so I do decide it's like 11. I'm like, I know we're right there, but I also am like, I don't know how many zombies are going to be out here. Like, is this going to look like Jamieton or like the gas station where we roll in and there's 400 zombies around? Or is there just going to be a few? So I set out at 4 in the morning to sort of get to gauge just like what's going on. And we pull up and there's like a dozen in this like large dirt clearing. There's probably another dozen over by the amphitheater. We'll get to them later. But I'm like, sick. There's nobody here. This is very nice. Maybe there's like 200 people in the ranger station or something. We'll deal with that. So we're walking around. We're yelling. Because if there's a few, like, get them out. It's not that hard. Top off on gas. I say top off. I mean go to half. And here in the time lapse, you can see the scamper just jumping up and down. It was so awful. I think I was also holding control, and that seemed to help. It's like my hotkey for sprint. I think it is. I don't remember off the top of my head. But holding control seemed to also give me more traction, which made no sense. It's like a Flintstones car or something. If we're like running in place faster, then we move more quickly. It's now 8 a.m. and no helicopter. I'm like, great, we're here. So I do a little bit of looting. I kind of look around, see if there's any zombies. There's like 2 in this bathroom. And I know you can't use the showers, but I'm always like, oh man, wouldn't it be great if I just right click on this and I can use the shower. I try and type this long key name in, and the game just does not take it. So there's quite a good number actually that are kind of bunched up over there, but we pull them back. We get to murdering. think I might. Yeah, I'm probably out of water. Water's kind of. It's not an issue. Um, we also find that cereal box, and that becomes like our main food source for the next like 2 days, which is kind of great. Like I'm just munching on like cereal chow. And so after we end up clearing this area, we're gonna walk out to the lake. Um, I would like to clean my clothes, and also, I mean, like I keep saying, like the map is really pretty. Um, you can go to all sorts of like really gorgeous like areas in the map, and um, visiting this little state park has definitely been like one of the highlights of the game so far for me. Um, so I know that this isn't like super exciting content for everybody else to probably be watching, but I just had a stellar time, like walking around this area, getting to forage, sitting at the little bench on the lake, and then I saw the little picnic area. I was like, hell yeah, let's go to picnic. Um, I just look at this little thing, little bathroom. Um, and I do end up taking one of the barbecues. Just because I do have one at the house outside of Ekron, but we kind of need additional stuff. What am I saying? We need a way to cook food on the road as well. And there's like a little seat in the trailer that I've designated as like the living room. And it's like what houses, there's like a mattress. There's the old mattress that was in the trailer, as well as like the chair that I sit on, and I think this barbecue now. So we can cook food on the road. Oh no, I just throw it in the station wagon. I lie. Grab another sick gold ring. Can't wear enough of those, you know? You're gonna watch me just be an absolute loot goblin. Because I... Like, that ham radio looks really nice. I love those ham radios. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of the fact that they just exist in the game. Oh, we find it's not the mother lode of all ammo, but we find a bunch of ammo in this place. Also, these counters are silly. They don't spawn with, like, the right things. So tomorrow, I probably look at the map and realize this, but there's like a bunch of other stuff on the other side of that lake. So we are going to sleep in this little medical room tonight, just to get me out of the scamper. And yeah, then we're gonna head out, change into this outfit. I forgot I was wearing the sweater vest. And so today we set out, and despite the fog, we go out to the lake. Yeah, and we have this thunderstorm imminent now. There's 5 days out until a thunderstorm. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. We're going to hang out until then, just at the camping place. Because, I mean, if we get stuck in the rain on the drive back, that would be into civilization. That would not be very fun. But if we just kind of bunker up at the little ranger cabin, then we'd be able to just survive it. So we're just going to hang out. It also gives me this sort of sense of a deadline where, like, the game treats weather effects like the fog and thunderstorms and the helicopters as kind of equally weighted events. And so I know now if there's going to be a thunderstorm in the next 5 days that we're bound to probably have the helicopter before then. But I'm like, in the meantime, like, we're here. Like, we're not going to go out for any big day trips, but we will kind of circulate around. And so it was really funny coming out here because I only explored these first two buildings. I didn't realize that there's several other buildings kind of over I was going to say over the hill, but I mean the game's played on a 2D, a completely flat map, but it kind of does like simulate rolling hills kind of well, but there's obviously some other stuff like further down. But so I walk into this room or into this event hall, which this kitchen is also incorrectly like labeled. I feel like it should have like foodstuffs in it because this seems like a place like in my mind this reminds me of like the place. I have a cousin that got married and this kind of reminds me of the venue that the wedding was at. Like I don't know, even if it's like obviously this is supposed to be like a camp, I feel like there'd be food and pots and things like that like out at the camp. And actually, yeah, this is definitely a camp because there's the like what is probably gender segregated camps a little further down. We won't go to those, but I sort of have this like overwhelming sensation while I'm in this room, and I'm like, fuck it. We have the 3 times multiplier. I'm sorry, we have the 8 times multiplier for carpentry. Like, let's just disassemble some stuff. And especially because we're not going to be out here. Like, I feel kind of bad doing this type of skill building in places that are like near where I'm basing, but if it's like way the hell out in the middle of nowhere, then I have no qualms like destroying stuff. But it felt really satisfying as well. Like I just got that sense of completion kind of ringing in my ear after having done that. So we walk back with all of our planks, which is kind of funny because we get super exhausted doing it. And then I'm going to drop off these bags just right here, and this zombie comes and harasses us. And that's kind of it. I mean, we're going to keep camping in the next episode too, which I look forward to. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I love y'all. Yeah. Ciao.